Hi guys, and welcome to Kamy Ideas. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you receive notifications whenever I upload a new video. I think the nursing interviews are still ongoing or maybe coming to an end, and some of you have started receiving your admission letters. I say congratulations to you, and those who are yet to receive theirs, congratulations in advance. But I just want to say something that admission letter doesn't come the same day. Just like your interviews were scheduled on different dates, so is the admission. Okay, so maybe you went for an interview with a friend and your friend has told you, I've gotten my admission, and you are worried, you are panicking, and you are disturbed. It's normal. Just like you didn't go for interview on the same day, your admissions too might not come the same day. So just exercise patience, and then keep praying that you also be part of a chosen one. If you don't even get admission this year, don't lose hope. There is hope. So far as you are still alive and breathing, there is hope. Don't lose hope, okay? And sometimes you might even report to school, and in the middle of the semester you see people reporting. They will come, and then we are almost done with half of the syllabus. It's normal. So some people receive their admission letters early, others receive it late. So don't panic. Don't let somebody buy pressure for you, okay? That was it right away. In today's video, I just want to draw your attention to something very, very important and very, very serious issue in nursing, in healthcare. Let me just say healthcare. But I'm more particular about the nursing fraternity because I'm a nurse. I'm not a medical doctor, so I don't want to generalize like in the healthcare. But I will just be specific on the nursing aspect. Yes, and when back in nursing school, we taught, oh, these are some of the things, these are the law, these are the don't and do's and all that. But the moment we get our certificates and you start practicing as a permanent staff and you start receiving your salaries, you forget of all these things until you are hit with an issue and you go back, like going back to revise your notes. Don't let that happen to you. One thing is, the truth is always bitter sometimes. So on this channel, I try my best to always tell you what it is. I don't try to say things to please you. I won't come and say something to let you not be scared. What you are supposed to, there are some things about nursing that are scary and others are very interesting. So if I love you, I won't come and when I know this thing is supposed to be this way, I won't just come because of the views and subscribers or something. Just come and cover so that I don't want to scare you. No, what is meant to scare you is there for you to learn and avoid issues, and what is there to make you happy, we all embrace it in good faith. So somebody will ask that, can you lose your license as a nurse? My answer is yes. When you go to your nursing school and pay all the big school fees, okay, and complete and struggle writing your licensing examination and getting all your license, and you come out of the school and start working as a permanent staff or professional nurse, and you forget some of the things that you are supposed to know to guide you, protect your certificate, and you forget all these things, and you come out and you are doing whatever you like, your license can be seized. Or you say that, is there in a way, or what are some of the things that can let you stop working as a nurse? I'll take you through that, so just stay tuned. So after going to your nursing school, after going for your interviews and all the anxiety and trauma, going for your nursing school, going through the 4 or 3 years or 2 years training in the nursing school, look at the struggle, finishing your licensing, your exam, your NMC exams, getting your license, and then you do your national service or not, and you start working as a nurse. When you commit an offense that is very deadly, or you find yourself in an offensive act that meets or demands that your certificate be seized, it will be seized, and you stop working as a nurse, and you will never be able to, depending on the offense, you might never be able to attend any nursing school ever in Ghana again. So get that. So what are some of these things that can let you stop working as a nurse? in recent times, we do hear some particular hospitals in Ghana here. If you are very current with current affairs, if you are very current with issues happening and all that, you hear information about this particular hospital has been sued for this, and few days after that, you will hear another report on the same facility, and these things are happening everywhere, not only in Ghana, it's happening everywhere. But let me talk about my country. That's where we are from. So you do hear this hospital has been sued for this, that. But at the end of the day, when you go into these issues, you will realize it's about individuals. There are individuals who caused certain offenses that resulted in the hospital being sued. And when it becomes a lawsuit, you are the one to blame. Because at the end of the day, if it is traced down to the fact that it's a particular person or a nurse or a professional who refused to do something that resulted in this particular issue, if care is not taken and it goes against you, you might lose your certificate. So what are some of these practices? First of all, let's talk about something that we know in nursing. It's like a ringtone in our mouth, but many people do forget: negligence and malpractice. Okay, and if I want to mention issues about negligence, there are 1,001. So today I will just mention a few of the things that, if I want to make a video on all the things that can let you lose your license, then this video will be like 24-hour video. Okay, what are some of the things that you do that shows acts of negligence or malpractice? For example, a patient is in your care. Maybe you are supposed to be a ward, you are in female ward or male ward, whichever ward you find yourself, and this patient is critically ill, bedridden, and then you are supposed to be doing bed bath, dressing of the wound and all these things. And as a ward, you come for morning shift, handover, you don't do shift to afternoon staff, they come and shift to morning staff, and you neglect these patients, and at the end of the day, the condition become worse, end up with bed sores or even gangrene, and might even need amputation of the leg or the arm. This person, if they know they are right, can sue you, the professional nurse, for act of negligence, because you didn't do what you're supposed to do. So they always say that we should be careful. Like, there is something we call common sense precautions. Common sense precautions will tell you that you know that this thing, if you don't do, this is what it can lead you to. So just avoid it. If you know that not documenting a procedure carried out on a patient can let you have an issue, remember to always document. Okay? So you don't put yourself in issues that you can't come out. Somebody gives birth. I just pray that I'll keep hearing these things on news. I don't want to experience it in my life, or even not in my facility. You hear issues about people saying that they gave birth to 2 babies and they ended up giving them 1 baby, saying their baby has expired, they never saw the dead body. I think people do hear these things, okay? But then, how would somebody, if that is what the patient is saying is actually the truth, why would somebody give birth and then, even if they are twins and one passes on, the patient is supposed to see the diseased body to be sure that, or to believe that, okay, I actually gave birth to twins, but I lost one. You can't say that, oh, the dead body. You can't even explain. What explanation will you give for not showing the diseased body to the patient? So these things can lead you to loss. The person can sue the hospital, and it's very dangerous. Another act is like dressing someone's wound and leaving cotton wool swabs, needles, and other objects in someone's wound and covering it. Do you know the implication? It will cause necrosis, it will cause sepsis, and at the end of the day, maybe something that is supposed a small wound will end up being. You get what I'm saying? Acts like that, someone can sue you, a lawsuit, can file a lawsuit against you. Okay, and maybe someone comes to the facility, you want to pass a line. If you know you are not that competent, always call for help. There is this thing we always say, call for help. If you know you are not very competent, the fact that you are a professional nurse doesn't mean that you can carry out everything perfectly. if that was so, we wouldn't be worrying ourselves learning anything new. Okay, so if you know you are not competent in something very much, always try your best to call for help. Don't go and carry out a procedure you know you are not very conversant with it, and then end up putting patients in danger. Okay, so you go to pass a line, and instead of the line passing through the veins, it ends up in the tissues, and you even secure it and flashing and pushing fluid. The patient arm or leg can get swollen, and if care is not taken, we'll end up with a big wound, necrotic wound. Today is about necrosis though. Necrotic wound, and the patient can sue you. Okay, so these things are very dangerous, and you as a professional nurse, you have to be very observant. Be very, very observant and be very, very vigilant. Okay, always remember to use your common sense precautions. Document, okay, whatever the patient is saying. Document your finding. Document whatever you see. Don't say, oh, the patient said this, and you didn't write anything down, and you find yourself in a law court. And what is the evidence that you actually did this, that? So that's the only thing that would save you. I started working not quite long, but I have seen a lot of things. I have observed a lot of issues that I was like, oh, okay. I always do hear these things happening, and okay, this is how it is. The fact is that maybe when you were a student, the staff nurses were always doing all these things. You never really know what was going on. Okay, until I became a staff, then I realized that, oh, okay, so these are some of the things that happens. All right, so if you don't take time, if you don't take care, and you get after your license, you find yourself at a place and you forget what you were trained, you forget your laws and things that can result in lawsuit, they will sue you, my sister. When it comes to malpractice and negligence, we have a lot. We have like 1,001 of them, and you can do your research. Just read about malpractice and negligence in healthcare. Okay, examples of them. Some of them will scare you. So don't forget that we have now many people have educated people. You can't just look at someone's physical appearance and be like, oh, this person is nobody. Before you know, the person related to someone very big in the society with connections. And you know, people day in day out, people are graduating from law school, so they are looking for work. So if you don't guard yourself, guard your heart with diligence, please, you end up in a lawsuit. Someone will give birth and they can't find the baby. How? So please, as you are receiving your nursing admission letters, as you are even in nursing school, don't forget of all these things. Getting your license alone is not enough. Your license can be seized from you, all right, and all your efforts will come to nothing. With negligence and malpractice, which I can't talk about everything, this video will be like 23 hours video. Let's talk about confidentiality. Somebody can sue you for lack of confidentiality. You are a professional nurse, and I come to tell you I'm having this particular condition. I don't want my aunties and my family members to hear. And you are like, oh, okay, it's a contagious disease. And if I don't let your husband or your sisters hear, you might transfer, you good Samaritan, you might transfer to them this and this and that. And you go against the patient's will and discloses her condition or his condition to people or to her family or his family. The patient can sue you. Okay, what if that patient is even lying? Maybe you have not done a test to even show that this person had this condition. The patient comes to tell you, I have this disease, this is my this and this and that, don't tell my family members. So you as a nurse, with your common sense precautions, if someone has a very contagious or dangerous condition that you know that it will pose as a threat to the neighbors around or to the immediate family members, and the person is refusing to let them know and also take caution or protect themselves from getting it, you can talk to this person, let the person go through counseling and let them understand that, maybe get the family involved, and so that even after disclosing it to this the family members, they will still take care of this person. There are some people that will come to the facility and due to their condition, they will tell you, don't tell my mother, don't tell my sister. If you tell them, they won't take care of me when I get home. And it's true, we are human beings. There are some conditions that when people hear, they will just go like, okay. So if you also know that what the patient is presenting can also threaten the lives of those around or taking care of him or her, you can let this person explain things to the person, let them understand the need for them, for the family members to know, and let the family member also pledge to continue to give their best of support. So it's not right to just go out and come and tell the sister your husband or your wife is having this condition, so you have to be careful. The person can sue you, okay? So live and do your work like a professional, okay? Hospital is not a marketplace, and we don't go there to bargain with people's lives. We go there to save lives. If you know you are doing something and you are not very conversant, call for help, call for assistance, okay? Don't say out of confidence you go and end up finding yourself in an issue you can't come out. In nursing, the most painful thing is you don't have no excuse. There is no excuse for causing a harm to a patient. You can't say that maybe you overslept, you slept off. Maybe that's why you didn't carry out a particular thing you're supposed to do at a particular time. Or because of work overload, that's why you didn't do this. No. Ignorance is not a defense. Ignorance is not a defense. So if you don't know, call for help. Don't do something and come and say, I didn't know. You're supposed to know. And don't say that you slept off. And why are they saying you slept off? Because you are also a human being. That's why you're a professional. Okay? You're a professional. You are supposed to guard yourself and to avoid issues. Whether you slept or you dozed and didn't do something, nobody will hear your story. At the end of the day, someone died. Did somebody die out of your sleep or your slumber? If you go to the facility and there is actually a very serious case in the ward, you won't even say you are sitting down to doze or sleep. Like seriously. Or you say that you worked yesterday, you're supposed to close at 2, you closed at 6 and came for a morning shift. Maybe you overworked, and that is not an excuse. So that is nursing for you. We are dealing with the lives of people. So whatever you do and might think that nobody saw you, but this person died, don't forget that God in heaven is always watching. And one day we all, unless of course you don't believe in the afterlife, we all account for everything that we do. So nursing is not that's why I always tell people that if you are coming into nursing because of their money, that alone is not enough. You want to just be there because of there is no job, or you be applying to schools and you don't get, or whatsoever your reason is, it's not enough. Or because of their money, it's not enough. It doesn't matter how many years of experience you have. It doesn't matter whichever school you've attended. If you find yourself in an issue that will need them to seize your certificate, it can be seized. Okay? So let's just apply caution as you are preparing to go for your nursing school. Put it at the back of your mind that don't just go, I'm not coming out there because I'm going to pay my school fees. I'll be like, I paid my fees, I took off myself, my family. So nobody has the right to take my certificate from me. No, somebody has the right. Obi, okay? There's always a higher person ahead of you, no matter your level of whichever level you've got into. This is what I just want to draw your attention to, that as you are preparing to become a professional nurse, apply caution. Don't always forget certain things you're not supposed to do or what you're supposed to do. And always remember that the world in which you live, whatever money or whatever wealth you acquire, one day you leave it. So whatever you are called in to do it and do it well. Okay. So this is what I have to share with you today. If you don't understand anything, you can leave it in the comment section. Or if you have any questions to ask, you can ask and I'll answer you to the best of my life. So stay tuned, stay blessed, and keep supporting the channel. I love you. Bye.